Hello, this is Chariot Tarot, and I'll be doing a review and flip through of the Dark Angels Tarot by Luca Russo. This is a Lo Scarabeo deck. There's quite a few of these out there. I don't know, a little over 100 or so. This is the box it comes in, standard Scarabeo box. They all kind of come in the same size box. Got a few of these myself. And this is the information card. Gives you like, if you want to join their little club, you can get discounts and things on products. This is the back of the card, and it looks to be kind of like a mask kind of deal with a little feather on it. This is a size comparison for, say, like a normal playing card. All right. Now, this is the book. The deck is by Luca Russo. The instructions were written by Lily. Artwork is by Pietro Elegio. And what we got here is, it's a very pared down book. It's got several languages, so you know English is not going to be a whole lot. I'll hold up the About section. You can pause it and read it. Down here, it's kind of important. This is a little key. It tells you the difference between pages, knights, queens, and kings. And I'll show you why that's important in a little bit. You get one little spread here. And in the spread, the little guidebook over here, the first three cards, and the spread, the 1, 2, 3 down here at the bottom, they call that the Secret Heart. The 4, 6, and 8, that's the Wing of Darkness. 4, 6, and 8 over here. And then the 5, 7, and 9 is the Wing of Light. And the 10 card is the head. So I guess they're forming like an angel there. Then you got all the definitions. The majors have, 2 or 3 sentences. Minors got, a sentence or two. So if you're using reversals, it's going to be, pared down a lot. But the definitions are pretty good. It's written well. Now you got to remember, this is kind of a Halloween-y deck. It's called Dark Angels for a reason. So you may not connect with this. You may connect with this. There's some interesting things about the cards and the suits. So I've got them kind of laid out all together here so you can compare. We'll go through the major arcana first. Now, the major arcana and all the cards, they have no words on them. You just have... for the Fool here, you just got a little symbol. I guess that's like a kind of a shield-looking kind of a 0. Cups, you got a cup symbol down at the bottom, and then a numeric number up at the top. And you got a border in red. The minors loosely follow the Rider-Waite. Not all of them, but loosely. You got to look and study the cards for all. You got to spend some time with these cards to get familiar with them. You're not gonna. It's not a beginner's deck by any stretch of the imagination. Now on the swords, you got kind of a blue border. You got a little sword symbol down here at the bottom, just like the cups. You had a cup symbol. Wands, you got kind of a gray border here, and a little wand down at the bottom. I'll just have a number. Pentacles, you got kind of a greenish, goldish border, and you have a pentacle symbol down here, but all of the pentacles have these weird little orb deals. So it takes a little while to get used to, but I've done readings with the deck. It's pretty accurate. You got to spend time with it though. Do a bunch of practice readings before you want to try and go out and just use them. I like using a lot of different decks, kind of push my my abilities and boundaries as to what the definitions for cards are. The definitions are going to take a little twist. They're darker definitions. You could definitely use this deck for shadow work, but you can use it for all kinds of tarot readings. It's pretty good for relationship readings, things like that. When they say dark angels, I don't think they mean demonic angels, but a lot of the definitions, especially the minor arcana and the court cards, the angels are kind of like speaking to the dead, or looking over like an apocalyptic wasteland, things like that. But the definitions still kind of stay with the mood of the original Rider-Waite cards. They don't stray too far, but they add their own twist on card meanings, and when you use different decks, each deck is going to have slightly different meanings, you know, that go with the artwork and the artist's interpretation. So you can do like a basic read without really knowing the cards, but when you want to, you're going to spend some time with this deck, you want to get into the flavor of the readings. It really adds more detail. I noticed that when I switch up decks, little details pop out in the artist's meanings that you won't pick up on if you're just using the plain basic Rider-Waite definitions. So we're going to go through the cards here. What we got here is the Fool. Like I said, it's got a gold border. Now, like I said, this is not a beginner's deck. This is more of an intermediate deck, I'd say. There's no words on any of the cards, so you gotta know your, with the Major Arcana, you gotta know your, you gotta have them right side up, but you gotta know your cards. You know, the first card's the Magician. You know, and you got the Empress or the High Priestess. Then you have the Empress. You know, and you know, if you're already familiar with the Rider-Waite system, and you got your guys down pretty good, your Hierophant there, you won't have a whole lot of trouble getting used to this. But the pictures, you really got to look at them and just drink all of the imagery in to get, you know, the flavor of the card. You know, they're different. They're not gonna always strictly follow what the Rider-Waite system is. It's loosely based. Here's your Wheel of Fortune card here. You got a wheel in there, and you know, it's similar, but not exact. So, and you'll see that through the Minor Arcana as well. Some of the cards are just like, okay. But once you get used to them, it's an effective deck. I've used it in readings for people, and they've always said it was pretty accurate. The artwork is kind of this washed out, kind of gothy 90s style artwork. So if you're into that thing, it's pretty neat. I like the artwork on it. It's different. I like switching my my decks up quite a bit. There's the old tower there, and I suggest switching up decks quite a bit. You know, if you get one deck and that becomes your crutch, you don't really ever expand beyond that deck. And other decks have different twists on the meanings, so it helps you to broaden your horizons and soak in a little bit more of the different interpretations for cards that are out there, and it helps you with your intuition and building your own style and able to draw on your own definitions for the cards. That's the Major Arcana there. We'll go through the cups. The cups got the red border and little cup symbol down here. Kind of neat. All the aces do have the hands, but they don't have the clouds like traditionally you would expect. So, get that to focus. You want to focus on there. All right. Got to set down here as your focus point. Two of Cups, you still got your levels, cup levers, couple there. Three of Cups is going to be a little different than your normal. Although you got a little bit of what a party going on back there in the background. Like I said, it's a Rider-Waite style. But you gotta pay attention to the definitions and the pictures. There's a good focus. Like I said, sometimes it takes a while to get the connection with the Rider-Waite and this artwork on here. It's kind of neat how they chose the different borders for the different suits. This red is kind of like the heart color. Blue is like an air for swords, you know. Ten, you got your happy family going on there. Yeah. That's a page. Knight's got the horse symbol on there, and most of them I think are riding horses. Queen's crown is a little bit different than the King's crown. Similar imagery there. There we go, your King of Cups. And the camera's having a little hard time focusing because the imagery is a little washy. But here we go with the swords. You get your hand coming out of the holding a sword. So that's a pretty classic image there. You got your blue border. I'm assuming that denotes kind of like an heir. You got your sword pierced into 3 hearts there. That one's a little different. That's pretty much straight up rider weight there. You got the 10 swords piercing the person. Classic there. Here's your page. Now, keep thinking the card isn't focused, but it's the images are slightly washed. So you gotta see them there. You gotta see them in person. If you like that style, the Gothic style, it's almost kind of vampirish a little bit. It's kind of neat, very Halloween-y. Here's your wands. Now they went with a gray border on the wands. Well, I thought maybe they'd have done something a little closer to fire, but you already got red for cups. Another guy might have done orange or something. Might have been a little cooler, but they're keeping it darker, or dark angels. There you go. That's a cool one there. Got kind of a Grim Reaper going on there for the 10 of Wands. So they depart from rider weight here and there. Alright. And lastly, we'll go through the Pentacles. Got your green border on here for Earth. Look at those weird little orb things there, like spirit orbs or something. It's almost like they got little skulls or faces in there or something like that. But it's a cool deck. Artwork is definitely different. So if you like the goth thing or the Halloween thing, which I do, especially in the imagery, this deck might be for you. But it's a deck you're going to definitely need to spend some time with. You're going to have to work with it, get familiar with it, kind of break through that normal cycle of definitions that you like to use quite a bit. But once you get used to it, I've used it quite a bit in some readings. There's some readings, I think there's a couple up on the channel with them. I find it to be a fun deck to use and a nice breath of fresh air, switching around. Like I said, I like to switch decks up quite a bit. And if this deck is for you, you might want to pick it up. And this has been Chariot Tarot with my review of the Dark Angels Tarot. If you'd like a reading, please go to the About section of this channel, shoot me an email, and I'll get a reading up on the channel as quickly as possible. Thank you.